Is it possible after a neurologic injury to be making progress and at the same time feel like your movement is getting worse? Absolutely. Herein lies the problem, or where many of you kind of deviate off of a neuro course or plan and revert back to what you know, and that is strengthen, strengthen, strengthen. You think that if you just lift more weight, that that muscle is going to get stronger and your movement is going to feel more normal again. But different from prior to your stroke, when you've had injuries in the past, strengthening is not going to improve the neural circuit or rebuild that code on the hard drive. And the harder you try, to strengthen, 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 what you're actually doing is you're reinforcing a movement pattern that kind of is what our brain defaults to when part of the hard drive has been wiped out. Many of you have heard this before, and that's either spasticity or abnormal synergy patterns. So, what happens at this point as to why some of you feel like you're getting stronger, but you feel like your movement quality or you feel like movements are just the same difficulty or even more difficult than they were at the beginning? It's because these primitive patterns are bubbling up to the surface and you're just strengthening those primitive patterns. These are what we call abnormal movement patterns. And the harder you try or the more you strengthen it, the more you're going to reinforce these abnormal movement patterns or compensatory patterns. These are adaptive mechanisms that our brains have built in, and you are rewiring. We just call this negative neuroplasticity. You are rewiring around a movement pattern that is not ideal. So, with abnormal synergy patterns, muscles and joints are linking up together abnormally. So, although your arm is moving more, it only moves in one direction, right? And so, when you try and carry that new movement that you're seeing, that new strength that you're seeing over into daily activities, and the arm doesn't do that, it's frustrating. So that's where there's this discrepancy between I feel like I'm getting stronger, but I feel like movements are getting harder to do. You're strengthening, you're just strengthening a neural network that is not optimal for normalizing movement.